Hey guys, welcome into today's video. So Huda Beauty just launched some new lip blushes. She's calling these the Creamy Lip and Cheek Stain. She launched 5 shades and I picked up all 5. I couldn't help myself. Oh, they look so good. So we're gonna try them all on. We're gonna do cheek swatches and we're gonna do lip swatches. So let's just hop right into it. So today is Wednesday. These did drop yesterday. I do wanna talk a little bit about them. I'm gonna swatch them on my arm first and then we're gonna go into applying them onto the cheeks and then the lips. Maybe we'll do them like cheek, lip, you get it. So each of these retail for $25 a piece. It sounds like a kind of high price point in my opinion, but also lip products now are retailing for $25, $30 easy. So if this is kind of a universal product that works for both your cheeks and your lips and looks good on both, then it's a pretty good deal, I think, kind of for what you're getting. So these are supposed to be a cream formula. They're supposed to be long wearing. They are a matte finish, but they are supposed to be hydrating. So it says it's a hydrating, ultra comfortable formula and transfer proof stain that tints lips and cheeks with a natural matte finish that lasts all day. It's also a lip stain. So to apply to your cheeks, it says apply a small amount on your cheek with the applicator and blend using your fingers or tool. For best results, apply and blend one cheek at a time. And it says pro tip, work quickly as product sets fast. So that is a good tip. They do say transfer and kiss proof. They're comfortable and lightweight. They provide an all-day stain and they're non-drying. Each of these are made in Italy and all of them have a 6-month shelf life, so that is something to note. I will note when swatching these, they are really, really staining. They remind me a lot of the new Rare Beauty lip oils in that they have like a slight gloss on the top of them, but their light pigment underneath is a very staining formula. So I think what they mean by a matte finish is that that gloss can be mattified or patted down or diffused out, and that the stain will last on both your lips and your cheeks. Okay, so I have all new brushes. We're gonna use a new brush for each of these. We're gonna go ahead and wreck my cheeks. I have my foundation here ready to go. We are zoomed in. We are ready to start applying this. So let's go into the more purpley shade first. This one is in the shade Rosie Kiss. I think what I'm gonna start with is a couple of dots like this and see how far this product will travel. I'm going to grab a clean brush, pat it out. It does say like hurry because yeah, I see why. Because it's a really fast drying formula. I'm getting staining in the one spot that I dotted it on with, but that is what it says to do, which is take the applicator and to apply it directly to your cheeks. But it's mostly just leaving the product here, and because it dries so quickly, I can't really blend it out. Let me see if I can just swipe and then hurry. And maybe that works a little bit better. Not really. Because it was still so wet, it almost like pulled the product up with the brush. I feel like you need quite a bit of this. Okay, I'm going in heavier handed. Still the same amount of product that I pulled out on the one applicator. It's a pretty color though. I mean, it's a lot pinker than maybe this looks, but it definitely has kind of that like lilac-y, purpley undertone. It's not the easiest blendable product, I have to say. The application isn't even. I'm not finding this to be the easiest formula to work with. I think you can get there, but I don't think this is a product that you have to worry about putting too much on. I think you need quite a bit, and then to take whatever pigment or product is on your cheek and just stamp it in right there. Because that gloss, it doesn't stay. It may stay on the lips, but with the brush, when you're buffing it out, it goes away right away. I can't really get it perfectly even. I'm blending. The only way to move this product is when it's wet, because when it dries, it's done, you're not moving it. And I think that's how you have to do it. It's just, honestly, coat your entire cheek with it exactly where you want the product and then push it into the cheek. And I imagine this will be a quite staining, long-lasting, will stay in place formula. That's about as good as I can get it in. I mean, it's not bad. You just saw how many times I had to go in. Of course, there's a learning curve with this. So let's apply this one in Rosie Kiss to the lips and see how it looks. Very interestingly different. On my lips, against my lip color, it definitely looks almost more purple, whereas on the cheeks, it's pulling a lot of the pink pigment in and a little bit of like that purpley kind of lilac undertone. You know what? These even almost taste like the new Rare Beauty lip oils. They're very, very similar. The gloss on them though doesn't, like, there's no gloss, not like the Rare Beauty lip oils which stay for a short period of time. This fades off instantly. There's no gloss to it, and I think that's what they mean by straight up matte finish. It's a slight tint. It's not heavy. This is also a color against my lips that may not show up that well. Let's take this off and we're gonna do the next color. Okay, so I have taken it off of this side completely and then reapplied the foundation. It's just still there. You can see exactly where I put it, and I was scrubbing my cheek so hard. I can't say that it's overly staining on my lips, but it's also like a pretty, maybe even similar color to my lips. I can still see this like completely there. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna try and cover it up just a little bit more. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's definitely staining my skin, so it's actually staining like over or under the foundation. I mean, that's nice for a blush, but I can't get it off. So for these swatches, we may be setting some of this on top of the other one. Let's let this one dry and let's switch over to the right cheek and let's go into the shade Berry Kiss. This is the deepest shade. This looked very brown when I was swatching it. So I'm going to use a brand new brush. I'm just gonna use like a flat foundation, like a kabuki brush. I'm gonna apply it to the right side, but because the formula dries so quickly and because it pretty much dries in place, I'm gonna swipe it exactly where I want the product to go on my cheeks and then bounce it in. I think that's a beautiful shade. Of course, I'm getting the same exact thing that I did the first time, which is just that it basically stays in place. Blendability is about 1.5. But I think the application, the way that I applied it this time, which is to put it everywhere on your cheek, not just dot it and spread it out, really place the product exactly where you want it and then stamp it in, is really the best way to apply this product. So far, that's what it seems like. This one seems like a much deeper shade, but it's really beautiful. You can diffuse this one out in Berry Kiss to look really nice on a fair skin tone. This is a very like neutral color blush, and so it almost looks nude and natural. So let's go ahead and swatch this Berry Kiss on the lips. Very interesting how different each of them swatch against my skin and then my lips. This one is much deeper, kind of how it looks here. It was looking this way at my swatch, but it's very, very light when diffused out on the cheek. I actually really like this shade. I think this is definitely suitable for light skin tones if you sheer it out. I definitely think that it would be suitable for deeper skin tones if you build this product up. I don't love the staining on my lips though. I think it looks a little patchy. Like, I think this is the same situation where you don't want to treat it like lipstick necessarily, in that the product is going to kind of transfer from top to bottom lip by just rubbing it in. I think this situation again is you need to put this product exactly where you want it and either stamp it in with the brush or to just press your lips together, because rubbing them was kind of giving me an uneven application on my lips. I'm actually noticing like some pilling. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but like at the bottom of my lips, as I was like building this up, it was starting to get like chunky. Yeah, and now it's just kind of looking patchy again. I don't think you're gonna wanna keep the pigment on. I definitely think you wanna kind of go like this and like diffuse it out into just a flush of color kind of stain. That looks a little bit better now that I've kind of like rubbed some of that off. That stain is pretty. Let's leave this one for a minute. Let's go into this one. Can you guys still see like the pink? I don't know if you guys can see it because I'm looking back in the viewfinder and it's not as noticeable in the viewfinder as it is looking at it in the mirror here, that I can see the stain on my cheeks from where I applied the first blush. And it's like luminous right there too. And it's sticky and tacky left over. And I scrubbed my cheeks so hard and I applied like 2 layers of foundation and I still see it peeking through. We are gonna have to move on because there is no way I'm gonna get that off of my cheek rubbing any harder. So let's go into Coral Kiss next. New brush. We're just gonna take another like foundation brush. I'm going to apply this exactly where I want it and bounce it in. I think I'm getting better at this. I think that's exactly how you want to do it. An even layer of product, exactly where you want it, lay it completely, bounce it in. I know I keep saying that, but I feel like my application is getting better every time I do this. This particular color is awesome. Like, this is my favorite color so far, but also I love corals. If you know that about me, this one just looks beautiful and flattering. I really, really like the shade. I thought that application was best. The difference between this and the other two brushes is that this is a fluffier foundation brush. So it still has a little bit of density to it, but it's on the fluffier side, and it's also much larger in area than both of the other ones that I was using. And so I felt like that also helped to push the product into my cheek, but it also had a bigger surface area. So I feel like you're gonna wanna use something that's bigger but medium density. Now let's take this one off of the lips and we're gonna put on the Coral Kiss. Man, that is a lot of work that you're putting into taking this off. So if I may make a note, you've gotta like it. You've gotta like the color, you've gotta like the finish, you've gotta like something really long lasting. This is one of the best staining products that I've tried. Prepare yourself to work a little bit harder to try and take this off. Lips, cheeks, both of them. Okay, now going into Coral Kiss on the lips. I did not think I was gonna like that shade. Usually blush shades that are orange, I don't care for on my lips, but I do like this shade. I think that it's not as patchy as these two. I think the more pigment that these pack, they tend to get a little bit patchy on the lips. But this shade didn't give me any kind of real patchiness issues when I was applying it. I think a lot of them tend to look very similar on the lips. They're just very different on the cheeks. I loved this one on the cheek, but it doesn't seem to be the same color on the lips. Or it's just not as coral looking on the lips. Let's go into the next shade and we'll go on the left cheek. We're gonna go into Peachy Kiss next. So far, I'm actually liking these lighter shades. I'm going into a fluffier kind of powder brush. I mean, this brush can be used for a lot of different things, but I am running low on my brushes. I think I just got my hair, oopsie daisy. So we're just gonna do it like that. And we're going to, same thing, bounce it in. That's it. I think the lighter shades tend to apply a little bit better and less patchy. I think this fluffy brush was perfect. It does have a tiny bit of density, but not near the one that I was using prior that I was making the comments on. And I think this application was honestly gorgeous. I love this color also. It's just very different to me than what I'm getting on the cheek as opposed to kind of like what I see on the outer packaging. I don't really see a huge difference between these two, the one in Coral Kiss and Peachy Kiss. And the next one we have up is Apricot Kiss, which is supposedly a pretty bright orange. So we'll see how that one compares. All right, now let's go into Peachy Kiss on the lips. This one is much more vibrant on the lips. It's pretty color. The Peachy Kiss one is kind of what I was expecting from the Coral Kiss one. It's not necessarily my favorite shade on my lips. I just don't care for really orangey shades where I do on my cheeks. I'm liking these ones better because I feel like they're less patchy. They apply more evenly. This one happens to pack pretty vibrant, punchy pigment for the lips. It's really pretty. I have to stop and kind of say that the matte finish, I don't know if that's Huda's claim or if that's Sephora's claim, because I was reading that from the Sephora website, but every one of these has a luminosity to them. It has a little bit of sheen. I wouldn't say that you get that on the lips, but you definitely get a tacky, dewy, slightly sticky finish from these as blushes. I don't think they're fully matte. So I don't know where Sephora got that. All they say is transfer and kiss proof, and that they're comfortable, lightweight, all day stain on the package. I will say though, trying to get these off of your lips, my lips are on fire right now. I was rubbing so hard. So I'm gonna give them a break. Let's go into the last shade on the right cheek. This one is in Apricot Kiss, and we're gonna use another clean brush. So this one is a little bit different than the others. I think this is used for a blush brush. It's definitely like slightly stippling. It's pretty wide and dense, but it's flat, it's not fluffy. So we'll see how this one applies this last shade. Here we go. That's the trick. It is an even layer across the whole surface. I think I have it down now. None of them really seem to be patchy on the cheeks. So I can say that about them. It was hard to tell with the first two shades that I used because the way that I was applying them wasn't in an even layer, but I still think that on the lips, so far the lighter shades are the ones that don't look patchy. These ones did when they were on the lips, and you guys saw me when I had this one on, building it up created like patchy, textured, weird kind of mess. But let's do the last one on the lips. I don't know if I get it all off. These are really tricky to get off the lips and it hurts. I do like the shade, like I don't dislike it on my lips. Because all of these on the lips, they're more muted than they look on the cheeks. The last two shades were definitely punchier, the punchiest, but I still think they're more muted on the lips than they are on the cheeks, and they give that like soft matte finish on the lips that they don't on the cheeks. So that was it. Those were all the shades. I think overall I do like these. I do love the way they look as blush. I even think it's a really easy application once you get it down. I think if you followed what I did, you're gonna have an easy time. I think that they're beautiful shades. I think the range is very, very nice. I think that you could build this one up for deeper skin tones, but you can also sheer them out. I think you could do that with all of these. I think that once you blend it in, if you wanted to, you could go back in with another layer, bounce it in to build up the color. I like them as blush. I don't care for them as lip products though, unfortunately. I just have other lip stains that I like better. The pigment on the lips is just really, really light, yet really difficult to get off. So yeah, not my favorite on the lips. I do really enjoy them as blushes though. So do I think that you guys would enjoy these? I think they're fun. I definitely think they're a fun product. I don't think that they're difficult to use once you get the hang of it. I like a long lasting blush. So personally, I find these really cool. I think you would have a lot of fun with these, honestly. I do want to mention to you guys, I get ready in the morning every day, just like the rest of you. And I'm really looking for a product that is going to be quick and easy. There are a lot of products that I try, and if they're really complex products or complicated, or they're more finicky and difficult to deal with, they might be fun to put on for YouTube in front of the camera for you guys, but I am still thinking about how I would apply them in the morning and whether or not it would be something that I would want to reach for. And there are a lot of products that I really just don't have time to mess with when I'm trying to get ready, get my kids ready, get out the door, but I do think that I would reach for these. I don't think that these are too complex that you couldn't get an easy, quick, out the door kind of look with them and get a cheek product that lasts you all day long. And if you've ever watched any of my videos where I talk about blush, I do talk about a long lasting formula. I'm somebody who really doesn't like to reapply my makeup, and one of the things that I want to stay vibrant throughout the day is my cheek product. Even the few times that I actually go out of the house without foundation, I will throw on some quick blush and mascara. So having a long lasting blush formula for me is quite important. You may not be like that, but I think these are versatile enough. You guys could get a sheer application if that's something that you like. You could also build this up and get bigger pigmentation if you like, and I do like that about it. So that's my full review on all of these. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys are new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. If you're a current subscriber, hi you guys, welcome back. If you guys like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear in the comments whether or not you guys are interested in picking these up, or if you already have. And if you've enjoyed these, I'm out of here, you guys, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.